Hi, Holly. Hi, Susan. How are you guys doing? Just gonna share this real quick, trying to get ahead of the game, and then we'll do readings. And then we'll talk about how it's not going to be just matriarchal society or patriarchal society with the new earth, how we're going to use both the masculine and the feminine, bringing those into union. That's what the divine union is all about, and working in harmony. I'm good. I'm good today. I slept in so late this morning. I slept until 11:30. uh so yeah, it's just been a really lazy day. It's been snowing all day long. We've got several inches of snow. So it's just been one of those days where I just didn't feel like doing much, and I didn't. I needed to rest, and I've been told that not just by everyone around me, but also in my own readings. So, hey, Susan. Um, yeah, so I took that advice and I took a rest today for the most part. I did a few things, work things, but nothing I couldn't do from my phone in my bed. Excuse me. That came out of nowhere. All right, let me get back over here. Here we go. All right. Goodness, it's chilly here. That's why I'm all hoodied out. Got my bling on, of course. But this hoodie feels like it's kind of choking me a little. And I'm glad to hear that Flower is doing well, Susan. The little flower kitty. I started giving, this is what I commented to you earlier. Thank you. We say Gesundheit too in my family. We don't say bless you because of the origination of that saying, being in the days of the plague. And if they said bless you because someone sneezed, that's because they expected them to die very soon. Hi, Anna. So yeah, we say Gesundheit. But with my cat Loki, Loki is getting older, and he started in the last several months, he started like darting around, like he had phantom itching. He doesn't have fleas, he doesn't have skin problems. There's like no other explanation for it. So I did some research and I started giving him lion's mane. Just like I don't think it's even been a week yet that I started giving him lion's mane powder. I just bought the capsules and I sprinkle it in his little gravy treat thing. So that's been helping him. I got him some wild Alaskan salmon oil too, but those things might help because they also provide extra fat for the brain. So if there's any kind of degenerative issues with the body that, stem from the brain, then having that extra fatty acid in there and the lion's mane helps with neurological imbalances and things like that. So maybe give that a try for Miss Flower if you feel drawn to do that. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Ben. Nice to see you guys. Pulled quite a few cards today, too, so it'll be interesting. It's retrograde themed, I think. I didn't look, at all of them, but the ones that I noticed, I was like, so we'll see. All right. We've got a few in here. We can start with the readings already. I have like a cat hair tickling my face. Hey, Corey, you're awake. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started with the readings. And yeah, so starting out with retrograde stuff. See? Yeah. Thank you, Mercury. Retrograde themed stuff. Can we get that out? Okay. Eight of Inspiration, which is Eight of Wands, it's showing up in the reverse. This is things not moving forward. Also, bottom of the deck, we have the business trip card, which could be like travel plans or business plans not moving forward at this time, things that need revision. There's a blockage to bring awareness to. So things that are that you may not have foreseen, or you may not have even noticed are hindering in some capacity. Those are going to be exaggerated right now so that you can really see where things aren't working out and you can make the necessary adjustments. So you're going to be removing that blockage over the course of the retrogrades. I know you're up late tonight, so that you can create, so that you can go forth and, you know, bring your ideas through to fruition. They have good intentions. Set your intentions, make sure that they align with what you want, not what you don't want. Instead of saying like, oh, I want this thing, but I don't want this detail and that detail and this detail and that one. Just say, hey, I want this thing and I want it to have this and that and this and that, and don't even pay attention to the things that you don't want. Hey, Matt. So make sure that your intentions are aligned with what you want, because Three of Wands in the reverse, Three of Inspiration in the reverse, um, things aren't moving forward, but it's for a purpose. Yeah, it's the Moon card in the reverse. Things are being brought to light. Things, you know, these obstacles or these things that you hadn't seen before are being exaggerated right now. Things are being dredged up so that you can bring them to the light, so that you can see them clearly, because that's what full moons are all about. But this one being in the reverse, it's like the things that you haven't seen. Um, yeah, things that you haven't seen. Then they bring me to technology glitches on meetings at work today. Oh my gosh, yeah, Mercury retrograde for real. They don't realize it, but you know, if you liken it to, say, do you know anyone that works in an emergency unit, or in a, you know, on the police force or sheriff's department or anything like that? Say, ask them about what happens on full moons. Okay. If you don't believe it, or if they do and they're aware of that, then say, okay, then how is it any different, you know, with Mercury retrograde? Anyway, that's what I've done in the past. I don't care what people say or if they laugh at me. So I'll just spout off even crazier shit after that to make them really extra like weirded out. It's fun. It's a game I play. Anyway, High Priestess in the reverse, which could be playing games on people like I just discussed. That's one of my many talents, but I only do it for fun. Um, so the Priestess showing up in the reverse, things that you have not seen. The Awakening card in the reverse, things that maybe you have been avoiding, or again, things that you haven't seen, haven't noticed. And this doesn't have to be in a negative context either. They're talking about gifts, abilities, solutions to situations that you perhaps might not have seen before. Now things are becoming more clear. So moving into this retrograde period, I mean, we're in the thick of it already, and it's barely begun. But before this retrograde cycle, you know, it's just a tool. So things that you didn't see before, whether it's positive or negative, will be coming to light. And I'm saying exaggerated because it's not just the bad stuff, it's the good stuff too. So you might even start manifesting a lot of really positive stuff, a lot of solutions, things that you're like, aha, you know, epiphany moments, aha moments, those kinds of things happening. These awakenings don't have to be negative. And especially if you've been doing shadow work and you've been sowing your intentions and you've been, you know, doing the work, then this is going to be gifts. This is going to be pleasant things. The Nine of Materials is showing up in the reverse, things that maybe you didn't wish for, but there's flowers on this card and they're in bloom. Even though it's in the reverse, I'm not getting any kind of negativity from this. Of course, if you're if you resonate with lower frequency situations happening, and it's not saying you're low frequency, it's just these things that cause you to feel lower frequency emotions. Okay, let's get that clear. Um, oh, thank you so much. Are you being my little ward, my little protection? Thank you. So perhaps people that you thought were friendly before, but turns out they've been your undercover haters or enemies or whatever you want to call them. So these things are coming to light. Oh yeah, because someone is cheating and supportive friends are right down underneath these cards as I'm talking about this right now. So supportive friends and someone is cheating. It's like this is you thinking that it's friend, but it's actually foe, or just someone who you see as a friend who you are very supportive of, and they may, look like they're supportive of you, but in all reality, they're kind of sending evil eye and jealousy your way, not because they're trying to attack you or trying to, do anything negative to you, but it's like they're jealous. So, being mindful of energies of people's actions and their words aligning, because if you're seeing someone taking some kind of actions that don't align with what they're saying, then whether it pertains to you or not, just take a mental note of that, because that's exposing their true nature, I guess, at this point in time. Okay, their truth at this point in time, and look at it objectively in a way. How would that affect me? And do you want to entertain that kind of energy in your life? Because if they're doing it to them, they're most certainly doing it to you too. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Sonia. Um, so just being mindful, people's true colors are going to be showing right now, but also on the same token, it's not always all the bad stuff. It may be someone that you wouldn't have even thought of having your back or being a supportive person at a time whenever you need it, that all of a sudden, boom, they're there. And you're like, wow, I never expected that kind of thing from you. I'm pleasantly surprised, right? So it doesn't all have to be bad, but things that are not allowing you to move forward are being brought to the surface right now. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse with apologies and forgiveness. So apologizing, forgiving to those around you, or having these conversations with situations in your life that maybe didn't work out in your favor. I think I forgot to turn on my microphone. I got it though. I didn't forget it completely. Anyway, or forgiving yourself or apologizing to yourself for situations that manifested for yourself in the past, or that you put yourself into, like situations you put yourself in the past where you weren't supported, where you were um it's like having to fend for yourself. It's like someone throwing a toddler off in the deep end of the pool and like, swim, sink or swim. It's that kind of feeling. So energy's crazy today, but you've grounded twice. Good, keep grounding. You got reverse Wheel of Fortune today too. Oh, yesterday. Nice. Wow. Hey, Kara. Sorry, I didn't see your name scrolling. I was in the zone. So they're also talking about how these retrogrades can bring things to a grinding halt to help you expand on what's already in motion. So not that it's a punishment or anything like that. It's exactly the opposite. It's forcing you to kind of outside of the box thinking and bring newer components to the situation, so that when things do start moving in forward motion, it's going to be a much more bountiful harvest, is what they're saying. So get out of your head. Four of Voices, Four of Swords. Get out of your head. Get up off your ass. It's time to come out of that healing state, that restful state, but also it can be that don't want to get out of bed because you're overthinking the day type of energy is what I'm getting. So bringing attention to your habits, to the way that your brain works, perhaps. And for those neurodivergents out there, all of you, kind of flipping the script on yourself. And I I saw a video about this the other day, and I was actually telling Jay about it today when he stopped by earlier. Yes, Kara got the job. Celebrate Kara. We knew she had it. It was hers, but she got the official word today that it is actually hers. Anyway, so find ways to help yourself to provide incentive or kind of get yourself going, get the momentum going on your ideas, on your habits, on things that you need to tie up, take care of at this time. So yeah. Okay, we'll go over here. Unconditional love with blueprints. Unconditional love. This is more so talking about yourself. Yeah, talking about yourself and bringing yeah. Okay, they're like, hold up the apologies and forgiveness card. Okay, so this unconditional love, when we talked about with that apologies and forgiveness card just a minute ago, apologizing to yourself, forgiving yourself for situations that you may have manifested in the past or may have gotten yourself into in the past, decisions you made that took you down what you perceive to be a bad or wrong path. None of it was bad, none of it was wrong. It was what you needed to gain in that time, lessons that you needed to learn, tools you needed to pick up through those experiences. So let's make that abundantly clear. It's like I have Chef Ramsay as a guide right now. It's so weird. Hey, Chris. Well, I mean, if the shoe fits. We have Yamaya with resurrection. So unconditional love and resurrection. This is resurrecting yourself because you are your only savior. No one else is going to come play Captain Save-A-Ho in your life. Stop doing it to others too. If you're trying to play Captain Save-A-Ho, trust me, I do it. I've done it. I work on it constantly. I'm a work in progress, but I've done it. I've tried to save people from themselves, tried to save people from making these choices that are going to take them down an even longer, path to get to where they need to be, which it's not my judgment call to make, right? They need to learn in that way. So you have to learn to let go and stop being Captain Save-A-Ho, just as someone is going to, even if they really wanted to come play Captain Save-A-Ho with you, they would be, intervened upon, because sometimes we just need to go down those paths, those side quests. We need to gather more experience, more information, things that we didn't see before, retrograde themed stuff, right? Since the very beginning. So resurrecting yourself, picking yourself back up, and that can even be getting yourself up out of bed to go actually do something during the day. Whatever it means for you in your reality, you are the unconditional love. You are the support. So it's time for you to take accountability and find ways to bring incentive and desire to yourself for doing these menial tasks, or not, trying to keep yourself from investing so much into other people's paths or what other people are doing. Follow your bliss, not theirs. Okay. It's not yours to carry, they said, but I looked at the bottom of the deck balance amongst the chaos, and the message that came through with that was, it's not yours to carry. So stop carrying it. Put the purse down, as Kara's higher self would tell you to do. Okay. Hold that vision and walk through that gateway, through the heart space. Follow your bliss. Do what you are drawn to do. You starseed, you with the starseed card right there. You starseed mermaid, fantastical bitch. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. We have karma showing up too. I just hope this is the last one from the bottom of the deck that I need to read. Yeah, let go right behind that, but karma is coming around. It's karma season, retrogrades, things from the past, righting wrongs, rebalancing. It's, it is what it is. So it just depends on what seeds you've sown in your past that you're going to be reaping at this time. So just be mindful. Justice came out 3 times yesterday. It came out dead center of the reading. We're about to get to that in a little bit. And then we have karma. So definitely rebalancing of the scales, leveling of the playing field, wrongs being corrected, and rewards. It's not all about, oh, you have to go through all these difficult lessons every time a retrograde comes around. Everyone's like, oh, retrogrades, we're dreading it. But you can really find your true mate in a Venus retrograde. It happens quite often. There are so many rewards if you've done the work, right? And if you haven't, or you've missed steps, you're going to be brought around so you can have a lesson review, or that little period of time where, I don't know if any of you guys did this, but I did this, whether you missed a lot of school from being sick, or you just kind of didn't grasp things in the class and the rest of the class was finished with their stuff, you still had an extra set amount of time. I think they do IEPs now, which would involve that kind of process. But when I was a kid back in the 90s, this is how it went down. So it's like, yeah, they're all finished and they can go ahead, but you have this extra time to, do the work, to do the work. So think of that, this retrograde period and eclipse season as a time for, extra time to do all of these things before you level up, before you move on to the next chapter, to the next lesson, right? But if you've been doing the work and you haven't really missed much, you're not really high, Wendy. You're not really going to have a lot of that taking place. You're going to have these rewards, things perhaps rewards that kind of got glossed over beforehand. Now that it's a retrograde period, they're like, oh yeah, we forgot to give so and so a raise, or we forgot to, give them this employee of the month plaque or something. I don't know. But or like money from the past that, someone's doing their books and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't send so and so this remainder portion of their work that I didn't do. So here, I'm going to cut this check back to them. This, it's rewards in that way. So don't always expect negativity whenever it's a retrograde period. Tangled threads, untangle complexities with patience, discovering clarity in transitions. Retrograde themes. This is our chance to untangle those threads, to right those things, to course correct where we may have not seen that we were kind of swerving off onto the shoulder a little bit. This is those the little dots, on the side of the road by the line. So if you go over the line, and you can course correct, you can get back in your lane. So think about it as that. This is just that time of regaining your footing, or going back and fixing the step if you need to, is what they said. Illuminating stitches. Experience moments of enlightenment and gain clarity on your path. That's what these retrogrades are all about. Bringing more enlightenment, bringing things to the surface so that you can see them, bringing them to the light, because they were in the darkness. You didn't know they were there because they were in the dark. They step out into the light. Now you can do something about it. Okay. Flourishing not, discover the mysteries of life, finding wisdom in its intricate beauty. So yeah, looking at this retrograde as a period of beauty, as a period of opportunity to help you to do these things that maybe you didn't see, or maybe you haven't done yet, and you know that you're supposed to do them. Now it's like, it's broke, now you have to fix it type stuff. So this is an opportunity for these things to start to fall into place for you, so that whenever the energy starts moving forward for you, and it doesn't have to just be at the end of the retrograde period, it depends on where you're at in the energies. So when things start to move forward for you, you have a more abundant harvest. Thrive Brighty, as we talk about that abundant harvest. This is thriving. You're meant to thrive. The sobering feeling of thriving is what they're saying. And sobering from the illusions that we can buy into is what they're talking about here. So the illusion of lack of thriving is how I would translate that. You're understanding how to work with that, and you're understanding how to truly thrive, instead of being in that lack that's been programmed into us for so long. And it's support. It's, community with Hood Love here. It's all about unity. It's all about community coming together for the greater good. That's what we're all here for. And that's what's happening. It's not just us in our individual experience that's meant to thrive, because when I thrive, you thrive, everyone thrives, right? And whenever we're supporting each other and loving each other up and encouraging each other to also thrive, we're spreading that energy of you can thrive too. And they're like, hey, I can thrive too. And they're right up there with you, and we're all thriving and we're all vibing, and it's a new earth. And everyone's like, oh, what happened? We're all thriving. We forgot about the shadow stuff. We forgot about the lack, because we've been too focused on thriving and supporting and encouraging each other. So that's what it's all about. Setting up a new internet system without technician. Oh, good job, Susan. Dang, girl. Good job, Ellie. Harness your inner strength to confront challenges with unwavering resilience. So no matter what comes up for you right now, you are and have built this unwavering resilience. You know how to do it. You have the tools. Yeah, it sucks that maybe you have to be resilient one last time, or again and again and again. Doesn't matter. This is helping you to forge yourself even stronger, even more wiser than before, so that you can create amazing things in the future, because you know what it's like to be without those things, and you know what it's like to desire those things with a lack still looming over your head. So this is your chance to confront it, so that you can power through it, so you can move forward, so that you can transform with this Pegasus unicorn sparkling farts on the card. I love it. So this is your transformation. Use this time, harness its power. And we have harness in 2 cards here right after the next, with that harnessing resolve, your inner strength harness your inner strength to confront challenges. Right next to that, and we've been talking about harnessing energy lately. Harness the power of imagination to weave dreams into tangible reality. This is your shot. This is your chance. It's showing you what's not working so that you can dream up new, better ways of doing things, of manifesting your heart's desires. This is you harnessing that energy and using that intention. Okay, you've refined your desires by trial and error, by the contrast, by having the things that you don't want or lacking the things that you really want. So you're learning how to harness all of these energies of the experiences, of the emotions, of the experiences that you've gone through, so that you can combine them into creating this beautiful uh, canvas of, it's like the color beyond your wildest dreams and all of the things that you want. You're painting the canvas, every experience that you have, everything that you go through. And as you transmute and you transform those things, now you transformed them into tools. So now you're able to use them for more magical purposes, and you combine them and you harness the energies whenever you need them for the perfect time, because you're intuitive. You've been working on your gifts. And so now, before you know it, your dreams are manifest before your eyes, and it's an even more abundant harvest than you ever thought possible, than you could have ever imagined, because you did the fucking work. Because you put the effort in and you did the fucking work. Okay? Saturn's going through Pisces right now. Emotions are coming up. Yes. So Saturn's going to go retrograde again. I can't remember which month it is, but later this year, Saturn's supposed to go retrograde again, and it's going to be retrograding back through Pisces and Aries. So they're relating something like doing the work with that retrograde. So there's even more to come. Make sure you're doing the work now, because whenever that one comes back around, you're going to get some serious gifts. I think that's what we're talking about here with the work that we're doing, and all of this stuff. So yes, transcendent tapestry. Connect with the divine and experience profound spiritual transformation. Another card with transformation. And this is you co-creating with the divine within you. When you do all the shadow work and you find out all of these little nooks and crannies where anything could have been hiding, and you bring it to light and you bring it to love and you integrate it and you take what you've learned and you use those tools and harness those energies for good, you create justice in your own life. You create, you're co-creating with source unhindered, right? Because shadows usually hinder. So you're not hindered by these things because you've done the work. So here comes your justice. Here comes your balance. Here comes your glow up, with that glam energy showing up again today. And it's right underneath that card talking about the co-creation with source. You're creating justice with every single move you make, every thought that you have, especially those about yourself. So make sure that you're adjusting your thoughts accordingly and you're not being your own bully, okay? Your own abuser. Hey, Steph, love you. Love you, Suzanne. Thank you. Intergalactic mastery and confirmation. That says confirmation down there. Intergalactic mastery. This is you mastering the harnessing of those energies, of all of those experiences, of transmuting and transforming every single thing. You've walked through the shadows. You were guided. You trusted. You weren't afraid. You shed all that fear. You've confronted the shadows. You've confronted the demons hiding in them, and they can no longer touch you. They can no longer incite fear within you. They only serve as fuel now to fuel your belief in yourself and your manifestations. Therefore, they are now supporting. You're turning your demons into supporters. You're turning them and transmuting them into light. And so they're feeding you, they're supporting you, they're showing you, even if they act up, they're still showing you just how powerful and magical you truly are. Queen of Pentacles energy, that divine feminine energy, all things tangible. It means that you've overcome all of these situations, all of these experiences, and you have come out on top. You've turned them into abundance. It's like, taking the lemons life throws at you and turning it into lemonade, or even like a lemon meringue mousse, fucking fancy shit. I don't know. Maybe it's uh, now they've made me forget the label of it. What is it called? They're like cream puffs. I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Mercury. It's Mercury's fault. So you have been guided. You've remained authentic. You have maintained your authenticity through every single trial and tribulation, through, you know, holding yourself accountable, for apologizing to yourself and making it up to yourself, doing these nice things for yourself, supporting yourself, your supportive friends, family, soul tribe, they're all coming in. You're overcoming these energies, these blockages. They say you are your own blockage. That's the second blockage card. I didn't see that on the bottom of the deck earlier, but you are getting out of your own way, the things that you may not have seen before or may have refused to see before. No, they're French. They're the things that, like, you have to keep them in the oven for like just this amount of time so they won't like collapse. But then if you leave them in too long, they'll like turn into really hard domes. I don't remember what the hell they're called now. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. Eclairs are French too, aren't they? Okay. Don't ask me. My brain is like misfiring, I guess. So you've done the work. Continue to support yourself, even if you don't feel like others are supporting you at this time. You've got all of us here. We would love to support you, you know, but you got to let us know. You got to reach out. You got to say something. You got to raise that hand. Post it in the group if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, just put it in the comments. Suffer? No, not croissants. Souffle. That's what you meant to say. Yes, princess, you got it. Princess, thank you. It auto-corrected it to suffer though. I got you. I see what you mean there. Souffle. Thank you. Yes. I was talking about a fucking souffle. I'm glad one of us is thinking princess. So anyway, use this period of retrograde and eclipse season, this karma season, the leveling of the playing field, rebalancing of the scales, use it to your advantage. Harness the energies that are given to you at this time. If problems surface, know that there's a solution right there. Arepas! Yes, Shana. Arepas. It's the same thing with the arepas, but yeah, but Princess saved us today. I didn't have to remember later on, you know, a few hours later and post it to the group. So yes, harness the energies right now. Use the retrogrades for what they're good for, to see things more clearly and to make those changes. Souffle is French for blown. Souffle me. Souffle me, Steph. I'm going to start telling people that now. I didn't know that souffle meant blown. So I'll tell them souffle me. Love it. Thanks, Steph. You're always teaching me something new. I really enjoy it. It might not be what you anticipated I was going to gather from it, but I make it my own. And that's what I expect all of you to do too. Like, don't take everything I say as gospel. Like, make it your own. Translate it how it resonates for you. Navigate this site. Anxiety. Oh. Well, going back to school is a big deal. So congratulations. And just know that you got it. You'll figure it out. You feel like a souffle right about now. Sometimes I feel like a souffle too. I get you on that. Steph, I'm always up for a good souffle. Full of air. Oh, love it. You guys are my weirdos. I love having weirdos. Because I'm always the weirdo. People always have me, you know, but seldom do I ever get really my own weirdos. With a sling on. Aw. Sending you extra love right now, Cassandra. Oh, yeah. Let's send Cassandra some extra healing and love for her arm. She had surgery. She's over on YouTube, you guys. I'm just trying to scroll back up and find some comments that I missed. Oh. But there we go. So Cassandra's over on YouTube, guys. If we can send her some love and some healing, that would be wonderful. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing over here. You're welcome, Susan. I'm just trying to move my little mouse around and unclick a comment, and then it highlights another one. So, you're so welcome, love. And you're welcome too, Steph. There you go. Cassandra's thanking everyone for sending her love and healing. All right. So we're talking today about how we're going to be using the masculine and the feminine energies, creating the new earth. Oh, you have to purchase some spray. You're out. Okay, honey. I got you. I got you, girl. So a lot of people, including, former co-hosts from that I worked with, talking about the matriarchy coming back, that it's supposed to be the matriarchal society again, and that the divine masculine is supposed to be the protector and the supporter, and the feminine is supposed to be, which, okay, it's not a bad thing, not knocking that, not saying that that's not going to happen either, because there will be, feminine and masculine, um working together. That's what it's all about. But it's not in the way that a lot of people are thinking, like, oh, now that the patriarchy is crumbling, it's time for the women to rise again, and it's time for us to make the men our slave. That's not at all what it is. Okay, we've already experienced matriarchal societies, we've already experienced the patriarchal societies, so neither one have really worked to the capacity that, you know where it's fully harmonious and enduring, everlasting, long lasting. We are meant to swing, the pendulum in both directions, and we've already done that. A lot of us don't realize that because so much of our histories, our true histories, have been wiped. So we are, just like everyone's been talking about in, like, the twin flame or whatever, soulmate, divine union groups, amongst all of them, they talk about these divine unions. You hear more than just that talking about divine union, right? It's not only with romantic couples. It's all about balance. Yes. It's not about just romantic couples. Oh, my twin flame and I are going to come into harmony. It's not just that. Okay. The union of the masculine and the feminine, you see that the balancing, the healing of both the masculine and the feminine within us all is taking place right now. You're welcome, Matt. Love you. And we've talked a lot about that, balancing the masculine and feminine energies within us all, because every single person, I do not care who you are, do not care. You have masculine and you have feminine energy within you. All of us do. You cannot have one without the other, right? So, in healing the wounded masculine and the wounded feminine within us all, which is, those lower frequency manifestations of masculine or feminine energy. You guys know them well. I don't need to go over it. There's men that say women are just like, a bunch of whatever, and then women saying men are a bunch of whatever else too. Hi, Christy. Love you. So, here you go, Cassandra. I'm going to highlight this comment so you can see it. Oh, good. I'm glad it's working for you now, Anna. Sorry about that. Facebook is jacked a lot of the time when it comes to live. Anyway, so if we're meant to integrate these within ourselves and balance within ourselves, I felt this strongly recently. My yin yang is in balance. Yeah. So we're supposed to do that within ourselves. What am I always saying? The micro to the macro. You think that divine harmony and divine union within yourself, with the masculine and the feminine, aligning you to a partner who is also divinely balanced in their divine masculine and feminine energies, and, in union with themselves, and then you guys coming together to procreate. Do you really think that on the macro it's going to be any different? Think about it for a sec. This is probably going to piss a lot of people off because there's a lot of the wounded feminine that are, screaming out right now, talking about how the masculine's wronged her and she's going to step into power, or even if she's talking about it in a more loving way, she's still like, we're over the patriarchy shit, where it's time for matriarchy. No, honey, we already did that. You just don't remember. So let me school you on this, okay? Let me bring you to this realization. It's already happened. It's been erased from our memory banks. We've gone through thousands on thousands on thousands of years of evolution, of going through each and every aspect of each and every cycle of each and every energy. Okay, we've already done that. Now it's time for us, without the memory of even experiencing those things or knowing that energy or having taken place here, it's up to us as badasses, without remembering any of that, to bring it into full union and harmony. And there's a reason for this. Because on the greater scale, humans are so amazing at manifestation, at creation. Um, they have a talent. It's a gift, right? It's a talent, and that's why a lot of other star races are watching. They're engaged with what's going on with this Earth show because it impacts them on a large scale too. You think that us expanding into these higher realms isn't going to impact and uplift everything that touches us? Galaxies, star systems, universes? No. Just like with the Big Bang or Source, splitting out and fragmenting into all these new creations, that's what we've got. And that's why everyone is so dialed in, so registered into what's going here. They're so invested in what's going on here, not just in the tangible realms with the ET races and things outside of us in the tangible way, but the higher light realms too. This evolution is going to touch everything. Okay, it's going to impact everything. And because it's being done on such a huge scale, it's like another source fragmenting out new creations, more positive creations, because we've already gone without of ourselves and now we've gone back within and now we're, expanding. This is evolution. This is why we create worlds, and that's why there are so many powerful creators here at this time to make sure that this process goes along smoothly and goes as it should. Okay, so it's going to take both polarities unifying, which hasn't really been done before in this universe, right? And coming into full union and oneness to create exponentially even better things. Okay. So, yeah, it all sounds well and good for a lot of people's wounded feminines that, oh, yeah, females are going to be making the decisions because we're more intuitive and we're more of this and we're more of that. Absolutely the fuck not. Sorry, get over your ego, baby, because the masculine is healing and balancing his own divine feminine and divine masculine within himself. And you think that he's going to be any different from you? Absolutely not. No one is above the other. This is not a hierarchy thing. It's never supposed to be a hierarchy thing. It has been in our recent history of programming to get you to want to war and fight against one another instead of bringing the ultimate solution in. But it's time to shed that facade. It's time to shed that veil, honey. We're coming into union with ourselves, coming into union with one another, and then coming into union and harmony with the greater scale. So, thus impacting every other realm and dimension, frequency, place of existence, light realm that you don't even know of, couldn't even fathom. But yeah, um, so it's time for us to really, like, yes, we can celebrate the divine feminine. We're supposed to be open. We're supposed to be in the divine feminine within all of us, even you masculines out there that identify as masculine, whether you're biologically male or not, it doesn't matter. We're talking about the energies here. Um, so there is no one above the other. There is no this or that. There is only union and there is only co-creation, but of the self. So we're coming into a place of thinking of all of us as parts of the body of Source. Okay, all of us on this plane being part of the body of Gaia, but also part of the greater body of Source. You get it. We're all kind of different aspects of this body. So it's like an arm fighting the other arm, or an arm fighting the leg, because it doesn't realize it's attached to the same body. But as we come into union and harmony and understanding within ourselves, within each little finger or each little cell of the greater body, we will come into the knowing that we are one, and that's where the oneness happens, and that's where we have this realization. There will be the golden age, the like everything getting amazing and getting better, and the high frequencies, everything shifts into much higher frequencies and densities. But it's not only that, it's not what anyone on this planet might expect. It's something much bigger than that. And, you know, it's like Earth is the shadow aspect of the greater universe around us, right? We've been doing the shadow work and we continue to do the shadow work. So we're transforming from the inside out, if that makes sense. Does anyone have any questions? Is everyone following me, or am I just like psycho babbling here? Thank you, Shauna. I love it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Susan. Last year, these energies hit me hard, but this year I'm so in tune with myself and staying calm and staying conscious and aware. I love that for you, Matt. You totally are. Women are generally more intuitive than men, no doubt. Whenever the men are not in balance with the divine masculine and the divine feminine within themselves, if they are suppressing their own feminine and they're holding that wounded feminine there, they're not going to see it that way, right? So they're not going to even listen to their own guidance that they have, because all of us equally have the same connection, the same access to the connection. It's just the wounded masculine will also wound the feminine within him to keep her suppressed, to beat her down, to shut her the fuck up, so that he doesn't have to face his emotions, right? That's the feminine within. So whenever he's open to experiencing those emotions, alchemizing those things, learning from those things, and bringing those into balance, he's connected to his divine feminine, which is his intuition, much like yourself, Mr. Steph. I know you're making a silly joke kind of a point, but here we go. You're giving me a teachable moment. So a male, a born male, even a manly man type guy, if he's in touch with his femininity and he's integrated that and he's balanced the masculine and feminine and healed the wounds of both, then he's going to be even more in tune than a feminine who still carries masculine and feminine wounds as well. He'll be just the same in tune as a feminine who has both of hers healed and mastered and balanced. So yeah, always. I know. I know you're always giving perfect lesson substance for me to create with. So I love it. We have talks, you know, like private chats where we'll explore some concepts and he'll have questions about things that I say, thinking like he's going to trump me a little bit. And then I'll give him some expanded explanation and he'll be like, okay. And don't deny it, Steph. You know it's true. He's tried to stump me a few times. He's tested me. I know. It's fun though. I enjoy it. We play cat and mouse a little bit. It's a neurodivergent game. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me on, you know, on my toes, Steph. I enjoy it. It's like a workout in between podcasts or in between working. I'm a ninja. Excuse you. My dog just coughed. She drank her water too fast. You gonna go potty outside? I'm gonna let her out the door really quick, guys. Go on, Susan. Will someone let her out? She has to go potty. All right. Lisa, which Lisa? Hi, Lisa. I didn't see your comment. It could be just because Restream isn't showing them, because I'm not seeing any Lisa comments up here. What a bummer. I guess I should pull up the Facebook one too so I can see other comments. Did she not comment yet? Because I'm not seeing it on Facebook either. Okay, cool. I didn't miss nothing. Anyone have any questions or anything that they want to add to anything that's been said, or maybe something that I haven't covered yet? Oh, she's watching. Okay. I was like, I didn't see her comment. I felt bad for a minute. All right. Love you, Lisa. Even though you haven't commented, we love you. Steph, anything else fun to say? Love you, Susan. You're so sweet. Susan, you are the greater of the community. I've said it to like so many people. I don't know if I've said it to you yet, but I just love you so much. You always make sure that everyone feels welcome, that you say hi to everyone and include everyone. It's just the most beautiful thing. I love that so much about you. Any concepts, Kara, you want to throw in? You and Steph always have stuff for me, questions and more things to explore, so I enjoy it. Is Wendy F here? I haven't seen her yet, but the other Wendy's here, or she was earlier. We have 2 Wendy's now that are regulars. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else that they want to say about the masculine and feminine of the new earth. Okay, so they're wanting to bring up artifacts, things that are being uncovered, things that are being seen, discovered. Tell them how to balance yin and yang. Well, maybe we should do that as a show tomorrow. Steph, you free tomorrow? I know you've got a lot of knowledge on that too, and that would be fun to bring you on. I love her so much. We love Susan. She's such a beautiful light. Sorry, you were distracted by your nose pouring snot. It's all good. My nose has been runny today too. It's been snowing here all day long, like since early morning hours, and we've gotten a couple breaks. There was a break for a couple hours, but I think it's snowing again. Wendy is such a beautiful name. I was just wondering if you had anything that you wanted to throw in, any questions or any ideas or anything about the masculine and feminine and building the new earth. Steph, let me know about that because we could even do it like whenever you're free because I want to do specifically a topic about that because I brush up on it all the time, but I think a more detailed explanation and also with your knowledge and experience, you have so much to share. I think that would be really beneficial for everyone if you were down for it. I know you're busy, so don't feel obligated. Oh, there she is. Hi, Lisa. We were saying hi to you. Oh, there's Wendy. Oh, she was at the pharmacy. Okay. We weren't sure that you were in here. I hadn't seen you comment yet. Can't tomorrow, but we'll set it up. Okay, cool. Let's do that. We don't have to do it tomorrow. I was just saying, like, if you really wanted to get to it really fast. So yeah, we'll plan that. Steph and I will plan when to have him come on and talk about that because he's very knowledgeable. He's done a lot of research in like his entire life, basically. And he really identifies with Eastern mythology and medicine and all of those wonderful things. So oh, you're good, Lisa. 30 seconds behind, so you can't answer. That's fine, Steph. You have been summoned, brother Steph. Yes. So he's worked with Siddhartha in the past, and he has a really amazing connection to Siddhartha, to Saint Germain, and I'm drawing blanks here, Steph. Throw the rest in there if you really want to. But he's very connected. He works with the Violet Flame, and he's an amazing and gifted healer. So I think that would be a really good discussion to have between Steph and I as a topic for the podcast. So because we do have pretty interesting and intriguing discussions. So I think it would be really fun for everyone else to get to sit in on one of our conversations that are spiritual and kind of out there. I think we all love Siddhartha and Saint Germain. If anyone knows about them, they love them. Oh, we love you so much, Susan. This is Soul Tribe. This isn't just friends. This is Soul Tribe, baby. All right, guys. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I guess we can end the podcast a little early. We haven't even been on quite an hour yet. But my ADHD brain, it's like I feel like I burned through the topics and just like described them in detail. But if you're not clear on something, please let me know because I will go down that hole for you. Oh, Steph is like he's my bro Steph. He's my soul brother. We've we've known each other through many incarnations for sure. We love you, Holly. Thank you. And if you guys didn't see my goodies that I got, I posted it in the group. I got a bunch of stuff from Holly, and it's all amazing. I'm gonna order some more of that pain stuff, Holly. So put me down for some of that, and we'll sort that out. How to get you paid and all of that in Messenger if we can. Because ADHD brain, I will forget. It's not that I'm trying to, and it's not that it's not important. It's just there's so many things that are always going on and distracting me. I'm working on it. I really am. Thank you. I love hanging out with you guys. Oh, you guys are fun. All right, guys. Well, if there are no other questions, then I'll go ahead and let you guys go. And if I missed describing or talking about anything, they will let me know, and I'll bring it up again probably tomorrow or at some point down the line. All right, cool. Thank you, Holly. All right, guys, I love you so much. I will have the topic for tomorrow's show posted tonight. Give me a little bit of time. Still trying to maintain the ADHD brain, but also there is a method behind my madness. So I probably will only continue to release the next day's episode topic the night before, just for protection of my ideas and energies. Oh, Dallas, hi, honey. Love you. But yes, I love you guys so much. I will let you know what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. GMT. I love you guys.